Hello, everybody, and welcome to this YouTube mini-series on launching with myself and my collaboration partner. I'm Naomi, and I'm a content marketing strategist. And
I'm Carol, and I'm an ops and implementation support specialist.
And today we are on the second video of this mini-series, and it's all about the pre-launch buzz. This is a bit where we get people hyped up and ready to go, including ourselves, so that we are able to launch really as best we possibly can. Carol, what have you seen from your experience in terms of how some pre-launch buzzes can really work? What has kind of worked for people in the past for you in terms of really kind of getting that momentum and getting people excited to be getting involved with the launch?
Yeah, well, thanks, Naomi. I think that the first thing that I see is you, the person who's actually running the launch. Everything feeds off you. It feeds off your energy. So yeah, you want to make sure you've done the stage one, the clarity and planning, so you know everything is going to go off without a hitch. If anything does go wrong, like it does unfortunately sometimes, you have a plan B in place. So you can now look forward to this side of it and be excited and be ready and just be so thrilled to be meeting these people who want to hear all about your services, all about yourself and your expertise. And so yeah, enjoy it. Basically, just enjoy this launch. It's all about serving your audience and giving your audience exactly what it is that they need to make their businesses or their personal lives or anything so much better from receiving the support that you offer.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is basically where the magic starts with your pre-launch buzz. So yeah, you buzz, your launch is going to buzz, your audience is going to buzz. It's just all like me buzz.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really kind of important to say at this point that when you start the pre-launch buzz section, this is a bit before we actually get into the nitty-gritty. It takes time to build. So you don't necessarily go out on day one of your launch pre-buzz and everybody starts running towards you. It's a building process. So, you know, you've got to keep bringing that energy from day one and just think you are talking to everybody who wants to hear from you. And like you say, we want to get into the mindset of, by not doing this launch, you are limiting people to what they can achieve. It's your service is what people need. You know your audience need it. So don't be afraid to shout about that. We want to make sure that we're not letting people miss out on opportunities here. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're kind of doing yourself and the world a disservice if you don't share with your audience this amazing expertise that you can help them with. So yeah, shout about it. Be loud, be proud, and let everyone know that they need you in their lives and why. Absolutely. So yeah, you kind of want to think of it as like the warm up for the big moment. So as Naomi said, it's not a like you wake up today and you announce this product to the world and everyone's suddenly rushing to your door and wanting to buy from you. It does take time to warm the audience up. So yeah, you need to be getting out there, letting people know all about you, all about what it is that you do. You want to be sharing how your services and your expertise are relevant to what it is that these people need in their lives, and what it is that makes them like resonate with you and make them want to connect with you. So you're basically warming your audience up, and then you're starting to once you've shared about how amazing you are and your expertise are, you then kind of move on to teasing about you've got something coming up, which is pricking up their ears because you've already attracted their attention about you, and now you're pricking up their ears. Oh, you might have something new on the horizon that you can be sharing to make their lives even more amazing and get them out of any pain points that they might be struggling with, and basically just getting them ready to buy from you. So you want to be thinking about, I'll leave the actual content strategy to Naomi, but yeah, you'll be wanting to think about your content strategy, your teasers, if you have any life stories that you can share that are relevant to what it is that you've got coming out that you want to share with people, any freebies. So lead magnets, you can share with your audience as well. It's anything and everything that helps to build this anticipation, get this buzz for this launch going. And then basically, if you skip this stage, your launch can go pretty flat. As I say, it's not an overnight thing. Hi, I'm Carol. I have this new thing to launch. Come buy from me. If you're not sharing, building that anticipation, building that excitement, and teasing people and getting them wanting more from you, then it is going to fall a bit flat, I'm afraid. And you're basically just left there thinking like, why is no one buying? Why is there tumbleweeds? What's wrong? What have I done? So yeah, you're just left feeling invisible then, and you panic, and you worry that no one's going to buy when you're launching. So yeah, keep that hype going, keep your energy going, keep your audience interested in you, and then teasing about what you have coming up. And if you do that, you're going to find that your DMs are lighting up. People are talking not only to you, but they're talking to each other about you. And you feel that excitement building. And if it builds in them, it builds in you, and it kind of bounces off backwards and forwards, and the excitement just keeps building up. And you're just so hyped for the big day then. So yeah, plan it, schedule it, show up, and that's how you're going to create that huge buzz for your launch.
Oh, I love it. I love the pre-launch buzz, but it kind of gets you in that right mindset. But what we want to do here, when it comes to the content strategy, is one thing you have absolutely got to remember: your launch isn't about you. Even though you are the face of your business and you're behind the business and people are buying because of you, not because of what you sell, it's about your audience. We need to really make sure we are speaking to their symptoms, not their problems, to their symptoms, and understanding what emotions they're going through. Emotions are so important when it comes to any buying decisions. So the content that you create really needs to speak to those individuals, not everybody, individuals. So when we're thinking about how we can build that launch, people are going to be thinking, what's in it for me? What am I going to get? So like Carol says, share those freebies. We want people to feel like they're really valued, and you want to use this as an opportunity to grow your audience before you launch. Do those collaborations we talked about in video 1. Go and do joint emails, joint blogs, wherever you can get more visible, and start to get people talking about it. Because by the time you actually come to doing the launch, we want people to be going, what's going on then? Well, who's doing what? I've got FOMO. I'm going to be missing out. And that's what we want to be doing at this stage. And you have to talk about it everywhere and say the same things over and over and over again. You can say them in slightly different ways, but really talk to what people are feeling and the actions and behaviors that they're doing right now, because that content's going to build anticipation. Talk to them. Like Carol said, use those stories to really get people seeing that you are relatable, that they feel seen, heard, and understood because you get them. And that's really going to help you build this launch. And then you're going to give them something that thinks, actually, that's a no-brainer. I need to get that because that will help me solve my problems. And that's what we're doing here. So we're really generating that momentum, that buzz, getting people to share, and thinking about how you get people talking about it, because you're the only one that's going to see all of your content. People will see a small subset. And it's okay. We're going to be comfortable and okay with saying the same things in multiple different places, because as you go through this launch period and as you come towards the end of it, people will start saying to you and asking you questions that you've probably said the answer to hundreds of times already, but people don't see everything. So we're going to be okay with saying the same thing over and over again. It doesn't annoy people. Do not think that. They will filter out information that's not important to them. But we know that repetition builds reputation, and that gets you known as the expert in a certain thing. So the more times people see something, the more likely that they're going to take part. So you want content that builds that anticipation, that says the same thing over again, that helps you to grow that launch and gets more people talking about you. That is going to help all of this come together. So think about when you start that pre-launch stage to the beginning of your launch phase, what is it that you need to do? What is it that you need people to talk about? And have a really clear plan on what content that needs to go out each day that's going to really connect with that ideal client. If you don't do this, like Carol said, you are going to feel like you're talking to an empty room. It will feel a bit like you're shouting into the void in some moments throughout this period, particularly when it comes to launching. That's okay. People might be watching. Just because they're not engaging doesn't mean they're not seeing. So making sure that you're kind of keeping that energy up. Assume you're talking to the wide world. Like don't assume that not people aren't looking and seeing what you're doing. And if you do that, you will start to see your audience growing. You'll start to see the conversation starting. You know, feel free to get into that personal outreach, start making conversations with people and really make people feel excited for what's coming. We need to make sure that we're getting in front of the right people in the places they are. Otherwise, they're not going to see it. And if that means we have to go and send out some messages on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, go to networking events, this is going to really help, because people will hear and see your voice. And the fact that you're choosing people to join in makes them feel special. And that's a mentality what we're going to get into. It's okay to do that. And again, we have those tracking spreadsheets set up so we can see how many conversations we're having and what our numbers are, so we can track all of this before our launch actually hits. So Carol, what advice, 3 tips, what would you suggest for people at this stage? What would be your top takeaways?
Okay, my top one would be the clue is in the title, pre-launch buzz. So you want to make sure that you are buzzing, because everything feeds off you. So as Naomi said, just because people aren't necessarily engaging back with you doesn't mean they're not watching you. So keep those energies high, keep the excitement high, and it will feed through to other people. So that'd be the first one. Be consistent. Be here, be there. Again, as Naomi says, just people go on different social media platforms, they go on different days, they go on different times. So yeah, make sure you are everywhere all the time, because yeah, guaranteed people aren't seeing you as much as you are showing up. So yeah, make sure you are consistent with everything. And yeah, make yourself relevant to other people. So make yourself human, so that people can relate to you. Talk about what it is that you know that their pain points are. Make them feel like you are speaking to them and you can actually specifically help them. You are just what they have been looking for.
Brilliant. My 3 tips for you are: we want to try and grow our audience as much as possible during this phase. So make sure you're giving your audience with your content something that will make them want to find out more from you, whether that's a freebie, whether that's something that is normally paid for and that you're discounting down to 0, because we want to make people join our email list, get more involved, so that when it comes to really selling our offer, we've got our audience as big as possible. When it comes to creating content, speak to the symptoms that people have. Use the language and the words that your ideal clients say to you, the exact words. Try and avoid jargon, because jargon is meaningless to people and they'll filter it out. We really want to speak to those individuals. And what we want to do is make sure we're getting people talking about what it is. So like Carol says, stay super consistent. Have a daily checklist of things you need to make sure are going out or you're not doing. And just remember, doing one more thing could get you one more person following you, being visible to you, and track everything you're doing as you're going along. I hope that video has been helpful for you. We'll be back with another video in this mini series on content and visibility, my favorite part, funnily enough, on the next one. In the description below, there are some free resources for you. So we'll have some links to free resources. So if you need some more support on this, go and check out those free resources. And also, any questions, pop them in the comments. We always want to know your questions, because we know how much launching can take and how many different elements there are. And if this is a new system for you, even if you've been doing it for years, there are always questions, and we want to make sure you can launch successfully and feel really good about it, because we know how rewarding launches can be. Okay, we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.